Huckabee calls out Shameless Sgt. Stolen Valor senator in midst of Kavanaugh hearing. Former Arkansa Governor Mike Huckabee slammed Democratic Senator Richard Blumenthal on Friday for lying about his military service but still having the gall to question Judge Brett Kavanaugh's credibility. Hearing Blumenthal Sgt. Stolen Valor, who lied about being in Vietnam, talk about truth is like having Jeffrey Dahmer talk about table manners. Blumenthal is beyond shameless. Huckabee referred to Blumenthal's history of lying about his military service. Blumenthal has said numerous times, often at veterans' ceremonies, that he served time overseas in Vietnam. In reality, he never served in Vietnam. In fact, he obtained at least 5 military deferments from 1965 to 1970 and went out of his way to take steps that would allow him to avoid going to war, according to the New York Times. "We have learned something important since the days that I served in Vietnam," Blumenthal remarked to a gathering in Norwalk, California, as recently as March 2008. In 1970, with his last deferment at risk, he signed up for the Marine Reserve, a coveted assignment that essentially guaranteed members would stay in the States. His unit conducted drills and worked on local projects, like organizing a Toys for Tots drive. Blumenthal, a shrewd lawyer, also used ambiguous language to misrepresent his time in the service. He championed better treatment for those returning from warring countries, but also implied that he was one of them. In 2003 at a rally for American troops overseas held in his home state of Connecticut, Blumenthal told the crowd, "When we returned, we saw nothing like this. Let us do better by this generation of men and women." His frequent fabrications led to his history being misreported in news outlets, with many describing him as having served in Vietnam. During his 2010 run for Senate, when he came under fire for his deception, Blumenthal said that he might have misspoken about his service, according to the Times. Now, Blumenthal has shown himself to be loud vocal opposition to Kavanaugh's confirmation as a Supreme Court justice, rallying for truth and facts. Blumenthal told CNN Tuesday that Republicans showed disrespect and disregard for sexual assault survivors. "The message is very clear: they are less interested in the truth, in the facts and evidence, than in putting ideological extremists on the court." He often lectured during the hearing about truth and integrity, at one point asking Kavanaugh if he knew the legal principle falsus in uno, falsus in omnibus, which dictates that a witness who testifies falsely about one thing can be ruled to be speaking falsely on everything, the National Review reported. "You can almost taste the irony." During the hearings, Blumenthal also accused Trump of being part of a cover-up of Christine Blasey Ford's allegations, CNN reported. He called Ford's claims powerfully credible and said that the Senate Judiciary Committee's decision to go forward with voting a betrayal of the Senate's constitutional duty to advise and consent, according to a separate CNN report. Republican Sen. Tom Cotton, a fellow Arkansan, tweeted Thursday that Blumenthal lied for years about serving in Vietnam, which is all you need to know about his courage. Honesty. Maybe he should reconsider before questioning Judge Kavanaugh's credibility, Cotton added. Lied for years about serving in Vietnam, which is all you need to know about his courage. Honesty. Maybe he should reconsider before questioning Judge Kavanaugh's credibility. At the very least, it's ludicrous that Blumenthal feels qualified to instruct the Senate Judiciary Committee about truth.